certainty on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for.
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. And I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see them as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes. Do you think that worked? Ritchie, I'm quite confident that worked because it's Dr. Evka's Heart of Influence on Trajectory Tuesday with these change makers in the building. And Gina, please, as we explore the superpower of integrous influence, who is here?
Sean, and first up, joining us from Denham Springs, Louisiana, a naturopathic doctor, national speaker, best-selling author, and spiritual leader, spans topics such as energy medicine, the healing properties of essential oils, spiritual enlightenment. Everyone, let's please welcome Dr. Chanel Wolverton onto the Heart of Influence.
It's Dr. Chanel.
Oh, sorry. Charnel. Yes.
I'm sorry, Charnel?
Yes.
Awesome. Dr. Charnel, welcome to the Heart of Influence, Dr. Evka style. And we're going to start this off with a fun fact. It's a headline. It's not a whole story, just a headline, but it could be a proud moment, an adventurous moment, exciting moment that would make us say, Dr. Charnel, no way, because Plato, the Greek philosopher, I do believe he's a friend of Dr. Evka's, said, play a game with me for an hour and we will learn more about each other than if we speak for a year. So let's get to know each other. So Dr. Chanel, please, what is your headline, 1 sentence, fun fact?
1 sentence fun fact. Is that what you said? Sorry.
Yes. Yeah. So for example, I'm a blind man, which I am, who has taught sighted people to ski, surf, and scuba dive in extreme conditions, right? Another headline could be, I sold 10,000 Girl Scout cookies and was number 3 in the country when I was 11 years old. That was not me, but that was a headline fun fact from our last show.
Me. But anyway, yes, that was me. I did that. And also I have fostered 107 kittens and bottle fed them in the last 5 years. And
Whoa.
Got them adopted.
That, see, now ready, Dr. Charnel? That is a perfect example of a headline fun fact, because just that sentence screams volumes and volumes about your heart, your empathy, your impact, your incredible commitment to what touches your heart. 107 kittens, incredible. That's the idea. Like one headline fun fact, a little different than like just a mainstream part of our business, tells a ton about us. So Dr. Charnel, thank you for being here with your heart, your growth mind on Dr. Evka's Heart of Influence. And Gina, who's here to join Dr. Charnel?
Next up, coming from Doylestown, Pennsylvania, 35 years in healthcare and a decade as COO, now Chief Administrative Officer at the local hospital there, known for her expertise in leadership and service, and also serves at a large Rotary Club district level, praised for business acumen and community connections, committed to transforming the hospital and strengthening the relationships. Please, let's all welcome Katie Farrell to the Heart of Influence.
Katie, very impressive impact player background as well. Welcome to Dr. Evka's Heart of Influence. And please, Katie, your fun fact.
My fun fact. I'm sorry. A fun fact about myself.
Yes. Something that we wouldn't expect to hear. I don't know, maybe you really enjoyed jumping rope and broke the Guinness Book of World Records, or perhaps your favorite food is pizza and you eat it 4 times a week. Anything that something about you, Katie, that would make us feel like, whoa, Katie.
I'm a car enthusiast and I go to a lot of car shows, and people don't often associate that with a businesswoman.
Yes, that is a perfect example, again, of a headline fun fact. And Katie, if you could have any car, drive any car, any in the world, tomorrow, only choose one, what would it be?
1957 Corvette in Robin's Egg Blue.
Yes.
Ooh.
So are we getting this point, everyone? Like, so we have the 107 kittens, like bottle fed. We have the very specific 1957 Corvette. And what color is it again, Katie?
Robin's Egg Blue.
Robin's Egg Blue. Not just blue, but Robin's Egg Blue. We get it. Katie's awesome. Gina, Dr. Evka has very precise and intentional heart-centered people. Who else is here?
She's definitely intentional. Next up, joining us from Waco, Texas. This gentleman worked in Division I at the NFL for many years as an athletic trainer and strength conditioning coach, PhD and master's in teaching, a notable figure in education and leadership. Uses the basics of high-performing athletics, guiding individuals and business pros to reach that next level of their potential. You may know a thing or two about that. Shawnee is also director of the Academy for Teaching and Learning at Baylor University. Let's all please welcome Dr. Toby Brooks to the Heart of Influence.
Shall we refer to you as Dr. Toby?
Toby's fine.
Toby, well, thank you for that, Toby, and for being here and for all the impact you have and your fun fact.
Well, I appreciate being third because I've had a chance to think about it, but that puts the pressure on me because I've had a chance to think about it, right? I'm a first-generation college student. My dad was a coal miner growing up, and I now hold 5 degrees, and I work at a university that I probably couldn't have gotten into in undergrad, and if I had, I wouldn't have been able to afford it. So blessed to be here.
That's amazing. Well, blessed to have you here. And what university?
Baylor University.
It's a Baylor. Awesome. Tremendous program for sure. Thank you for being here. Toby, Gina, please.
Next up, coming from Hatfield, Pennsylvania, a holistic whole body expert in chiropractic, acupuncture, and herbal medicine, known for his passion and commitment to providing personalized health care, blending Eastern and Western medicine to address a wider range of conditions. Let's all please welcome Dr. Andres Long to the Heart of Influence.
Is it Dr. Andres, or how shall we refer to you today? Dr. Andres, do we have the good doctor, Gina?
It looks unmuted. We can't hear you though, Dr. Andres. So, Sean, let's go to the next incredible guest coming from Champion, New York, registered nurse, certificate holder in forensics, and a powerhouse in helping sexual assault victims. Consults on sexual assault, strangulation, and intimate partner violence cases, including military court-martials. Uncovering the truth as an indispensable asset in the courtroom, single-handedly won contested trials on charges of sexual assault. Please, let's all welcome Rachel Countryman to the Heart of Influence.
Rachel, thank you for being here today for sure, and for everything that you do to protect people and reach a just outcome. Awesome. And Rachel, please, your fun fact.
Yeah, so my fun fact is I'm actually married to my high school sweetheart, and we are still together, very strong after 34 years.
That is beautiful. Awesome. And where'd you guys go to high school together?
Carthage High School in New York.
Awesome. Beautiful. Welcome to Heart of Influence again. Thanks for the impact that you have for doing good in the world. Gina, it's Dr. Evka. Heart growth all over the place, please.
Yes. Next up, coming from Washington, D.C., Assistant Director of Student Leadership Development, advising undergraduate student assembly and their Senate at a university. I'm not sure which one exactly, but let's find out. A best-selling author and cancer survivor that experienced homelessness during her journey and found power in God, from Washington, D.C. Please, everyone, let's welcome Dr. Ponder to the Heart of Influence.
And it's Dr. Ponder?
Neosha, please.
Neosha.
Yeah, I teach on Zoom, unfortunately, so I have to keep my title there. It's a school Zoom. But I'm an adjunct professor at Trinity Washington University.
Sure.
Nancy Pelosi is our claim to fame.
Wow, very cool. And it's Neosha, correct?
Yeah, Neosha. It's pronounced with an A, spelled with an O.
Okay, Neosha.
I guess
right?
that should be my fun fact, right?
That is a super cool fun fact. Is that your fun fact, or you want to give one more?
Well, my name is a city in Southwest Missouri, Neosho, Missouri. My mom got it off a road sign and held on to it for like 10 years. Got my middle name off of a station wagon. So that's enough.
Okay, so I want to make sure I get this correctly. So it pronounced Neosha or Neosho?
Yes.
Neosha.
Pronounced Neosha. My name is pronounced Neosha.
Perfect. Got it. Neosha, thank you for being here. And you are definitely fun, giving the litany of cool, quick, fun facts. Great job. Welcome to Dr. Evka's show. Gina, please.
Next up, coming from Rock Hill, South Carolina, 30 years in health and wellness, a nutritionist, wellness educator, and a former national educator and COO, owns a wellness center in South Carolina with biogenetic testing, heart sound recording, nutritional DNA testing, and emotional eating recovery coaching as well. And she's a fermentation specialist. Please, everyone, let's welcome Denise Kennedy to the Heart of Influence.
Thank you.
Denise, welcome to the Heart of Influence. Thank you for being here and for the impact you have on lives as well. Always change makers are present with Dr. Evka. And your fun fact, please, Denise.
My fun fact would be that I had all four of my children at home, and we had 11 chiropractors in my family, uncles and nephews and brothers and sisters. And
wow. Those are like two mic drop fun facts. We had 8,000 people on the show, and that is definitely the first person that has had 11 chiropractors in the family. So that is definitely fun. So welcome to the party. Gina Ritchie.
Next, let's see if we can hear Dr. Andres. If not, we're going to introduce our two co-hosts on the show. Dr. Andres, are we able to hear you yet? Okay.
Okay. So what we got?
We have the incredible doctor coming from Hatboro, Pennsylvania, taught X-ray and spinal adjustment courses and supervised an outpatient chiropractic clinic in private practice for 30 plus years, researching spinal X-rays, posture, and range of motion. This man lectures around the country to chiropractic organizations teaching the reversal of spinal arthritis, and was a candidate for presidency of 2 chiro colleges. Everyone, let's all give it up for Dr. Brian Solofsky.
Dr. Brian is in the house. Welcome, brother, for sure. And your fun fact.
Dr. Brian, we'd love to hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
You can hear me. Good. My fun fact is when I was 7 years old, I was crossing the street and I got hit by a car and I had a fractured skull and I was in a coma. And my parents were told to make funeral arrangements, that I wasn't going to make it through the night. And I did. And I came back to be a chiropractor and to be a healer. And I realized that every day I wake up is a blessing. And that is my fun fact, is that every day of my life is a blessing.
Very cool. Well, welcome, Dr. Brian, again, and thank you for sharing your beautiful impact story, as always. Thank you, Dr. Brian. Gina.
Our second co-host today, coming straight off of being in Long Beach Island with our incredible unblinded elite community from Berkeley Heights, New Jersey, growing up in the projects, helping her mom clean houses, recognize health as the optimal need for life, undergraduate degree in engineering, an MD and a PhD with a master's in public health, and now 17 years as a physician, writing books that have shifted and changed entire paradigms and practices in specialties, saving countless lives, serving numerous volunteer projects as well. So completely committed to mastery at the highest level. Please, everyone, let's welcome and thank Dr. Evka for bringing all these folks together on the Heart of Influence.
Dr. Evka, what a wonderful group of people you've assembled. The value, the impact for everyone. Thank you. You're extraordinary. And please, your fun fact.
Thank you. I have been saving lives left and right over here. So example is I went to Europe, coming back. There was a heart attack, massive heart attack on the plane. And they asked, is the doctor on call? And you know which doctor was on call? Me. And I saved a man's life. And I got to choose to land the plane wherever I wanted. I was thinking Hawaii, but that's kind of far from here. So we decided not to do that. But it's completely saved his life. If I hadn't done what I did, he'd be dead.
Wow.
Dr. Evka, thank you for that, for sure. And I hear Bella Verita, eye mask and all, present in the building. Are we ready to do the things, Dr. Evka?
We are ready. Let's do it.
Awesome. Gina Ritchie, thank you so much for making all these beautiful introductions and for being here today and the impact human that you are in all the most beautiful ways. Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you, Gina. Great job.
I'm going to head off then. Thank you all. Have fun. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, and now I'm going to introduce our other co-host. This woman began her career in influence selling crafts on her parents' front lawn as an 8-year-old. She progressed to being a 7-figure earner in the space of network marketing by the age of 19. Not easy to do. Then at 24 years old in the male-dominated industry of business brokerage, she became Nevada's #1 business broker, and then she three-peated like Jordan, but in business brokerage. 24, 25, 26 years old, Nevada's #1 business broker. She was the first woman ever to do it, youngest person, male or female, ever to do it. She then began to train entrepreneurs and Fortune 500 companies. In fact, in 2019, every sales team, I say every sales team she worked with doubled their sales. Skier, surfer, scuba diver, adventurer in the most extreme of conditions. And she's also a philanthropist, raising $10 million plus with the Unblinded team in the past 2+ years, as well as a 2-time, about to be 3-time published author. And the woman that put the heart in the Heart of Influence in 2023, publicly battled and defeated cancer. Let's welcome to Dr. Evka's Heart of Influence, the one, the only, Bella Verita. Bella, Dr. Evka, Dr. Brian, they're rocking the house. Your fun fact.
They are rocking the house. And I think I'm going to go with the fun fact, Sean, is while I was in Greece, which I currently still am, and so I'm doing my first Heart of Influence at midnight, almost 1 o'clock in the morning, Greece time. But I think I'm going to go with the fun fact of while I was here in Greece, my unblinded team became human crane operators, I believe. And I believe Dr. Evka could have been one of these like crane operators. Is this true, Sean?
Yes,
so I'm here in
human,
Greece.
yes. So
and you're
Dr.
doing
Evka was a
cranes.
human crane, like the human crane machine. So like the crane game and like a arcade for kids where you'd pull up toys. So yes, we all became human cranes and went in and got like giant blow up toys out of a thing. That is a true fun
Yes,
fact.
and which also happened to be fun fact in Sean's driveway in Long Beach Island. So yes, that is what my team was doing while I was in Greece becoming human cranes. So I'm gonna go with that fun fact, Sean.
Yes, that is a beautiful fun fact. And Bella Rita, it's Dr. Evka's show. Shall we do the things?
I think we most certainly shall do the things. And how about we kick this off with Miss Katie?
Okay, so, and I'm going to drop in one quick fun fact that I am a blind man who has taught sighted people to ski, surf, and scuba dive in the most extreme of conditions, including Bella Rita. And this very morning, I was surfing in massive, frothing, volcanic level ocean. When Dr. Evka was in over the weekend, it was beautiful, big waves and all. Today, it was a frothing cauldron of insanity. So that is my fun fact for today, Bella Rita.
That is a super fun fact, Sean Calgate. And shall we do the things?
Yes, who is going first?
Let's kick this off with Katie.
Katie, this is what we're doing here. Bella Rita is going to be anybody you want her to be. She could be an ideal client or patient. She could be somebody who's an ideal charitable fundraising partner or a for-profit fundraising partner, or just somebody impactful that a yes would matter to you, like Oprah Winfrey, Warren Buffett. Anybody, Katie, that you'd want to be having a conversation that turns into a yes. And it doesn't have to be a final yes. It could just be a yes for a longer conversation. And we're looking for heart-centeredness, opening the listening, moving forward, like pitching, hooking, closing. I don't think that's like this space. Kind of feels like a little bit like yuck. So we're just looking at heart-centered, integrous, sophisticated people come together to create yes. That's what the show's all about, Katie. So please, who would you like Bella to be that you're going from hello to yes with, please?
Okay, well, I would say a potential person who might want to contribute money to the Rotary.
Amazing. Katie, Bella's got money burning in her pockets. Take us in.
Hello, this is Bella.
Hello, Bella. This is Katie Farrell from the Rotary. We are working on our program for the eradication of polio in the world today. And we need people of your stature to join us in this endeavor to bring this ongoing problem to the forefront. You may be familiar with the term polio. It's a disease that's been around for many, many years. And I think what happens is that some people believe it is no longer an issue, but unfortunately, in some parts of the world, this continues to be a problem. There are currently 2 countries, at least that I know of, that are continuing to have wild polio cases. And so I want to talk to you about how small gifts from someone of your stature can help us meet a goal to improve the lives of people in other countries, because disease prevention and treatment affects so many aspects of a person's life. Are you familiar with the problem of world polio, Bella?
I am not. This is, when you even said it, I thought, wasn't this something that was like an issue, decades ago? I had no idea.
That is part of the problem, that people think of this as a 1950s issue, but it is still a current problem in the world. We haven't yet been successful in a total eradication of polio. And without continued
Katie, let me ask you this. I'm just curious, why is this your mission? How did this become a mission of your Rotary Club?
Rotary International is 1.4 million people across the globe. And with that kind of size and, influence, we can take on big world type issues like this. You may not be familiar with Rotary. It's the mission of Rotary to bring people together to create lasting change in the world, not just, build something and walk away, but lasting change that can be really hardwired and have influence in that area for many, many years to come. And something like the eradication of polio is just such a project where, it's not just today, but it's how it affects the economy, the education, the entire social structure of a country can be, devastated by a disease like that cripples people and, makes them unable to become a productive member of the community. So it's really important for people like yourself to support such causes.
Well, that is, I had no idea. I'm definitely willing to learn more. And so let's set up a longer conversation and see how we might be able to support.
Katie, felt your heart. Beautiful job.
Mhm.
Beautiful job. We'll get to the feedbackers in a moment. Great work. And Bella, who's following up Katie?
Following up Katie is we have Dr. I think it's Charnel. Did I say that correctly?
Yeah, Dr. Charnel, who would you like Bella to be?
Oh, and I see Dr. Charnel is off camera and on mute. Dr. Charnel, are you with us?
She could be saving somebody in a plane, potentially, Bella.
That was the coolest story ever. Dr. Evka, who shall we should we have jump in that participant seat since Dr. Charnel is not available? Should we
Let's do Dr. Ponder.
Dr. Neosha?
Yeah. Neosha, who would you like Bella
Hello.
to be?
I would like her to be a newly diagnosed breast cancer patient.
Wow. Okay, Bella, please take us in.
Oof. Hello, this is Bella.
Hi, Bella. I am Neosha Ponder. I am an angel with the Tiger Lily Foundation, and I was calling to touch base with you to see how we can be of support to you. We provide support education, we advocate for, and we empower young women who have been diagnosed with breast cancer and also after treatment. How can I help you?
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, this was a completely surprising diagnosis. Nobody in my family has ever had any sort of cancer. I was completely shocked when I got the news. I feel like I'm still in shock and just not even I'm not even sure it's landed as a reality yet.
Totally understandable. I too was a young woman diagnosed 1 year after I earned my doctorate. I know what it feels like. 85% of breast cancer survivors do not have a family history. So you are not alone. And I had no family, no support. And I went through everything just with my faith and friends and sorority sisters. So if there's anything that we can do for you, be it meals, help with finances, or just sit with you, while you sleep. I've had that done for me, and I know what it feels like and how comforting that could be. So please reach out to us at the Tiger Lily Foundation.
And what all does the foundation do? Just out of curiosity, I've never heard of it.
Yeah, sure. We are a foundation that advocates for, empowers, supports, and educates women, primarily young women, before, during, and after breast cancer. And we also do a lot of community outreach, which I am the lead for the DC, Maryland, and Virginia area. And we do a lot of community outreach because we know there are a lot of disparities in healthcare, especially for women of color and young women. And people don't think about younger women being a part of that group. But also we work with pharmaceutical companies to make sure that their resources are equitable. And we try to provide that advocacy spin on legislation and make sure that we are getting funding for medications, funding for access to clinical trials, as well as furthering breast cancer research to save more lives. We have a ball coming up next month. You're more than welcome to come out here in DC. And we just do so many other things. But if there's something that you're interested in, we would love for you to let us know, and we can maybe bring you on as an advocate as well. We have angels all over the world.
That sounds amazing and definitely something I would love to check out and do for sure.
Great.
Great job, Neosha. Great job, Katie. And now we get to the feedbackers, otherwise known as judges. Judges, this is the time of the show that we get to give back in the form of feedback. So we're going to give 30 seconds of feedback to either Neosha or Katie, something that they did great, something that they could do to improve, and then a little scoring system, a little next step system. Is that next step you'd rather go to the dentist and have a root canal than have a longer conversation with Neosha or Katie? Yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna want to a root canal on whatever day it is in whatever country that we're in at the current moment. But maybe that next step is just, a nice little mocha chocolate, a little cup of joe at your favorite Starbucks for a little bit longer of a meeting. But if that's not enough time, you would be willing to rent a private jet private room at the Capitol Grill to have a seafood tower, a nice juicy steak, maybe some dessert for the longest meeting possible. But if that is not enough time, you would be willing to rent a private jet. Of course, stop and pick up Dr. Evka. Hopefully, no lives have to be saved on that jet, but you can fly it anywhere in the world, maybe to Hawaii, since she did save some lives, to have the longest meeting possible. And so let's kick this off with Rachel. And Rachel, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Katie?
For Katie? I think that Katie did a good job explaining exactly what her purpose was with the Rotary and getting that across to you. I do think that maybe she needed to have a little bit more of a personal touch to it. And maybe when you asked her the question about, why was this her why, that maybe she could have had a little bit more of a personal answer for that, because I think that's what you kind of were looking for. But otherwise, I think she did a great job.
Beautiful. And Rachel, what would be the next steps?
I think I'd like to take that long trip, maybe to Hawaii and have a long conversation. So,
Rachel, we're going to Hawaii, Bella Verita. Rachel's got this, Dr. Evka. Here we go. Come on, Belle.
Here we go. Next, let's go, Denise. Denise, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Neosha? Oh, just unmute for us, Denise.
I wing it. Yes, Neosha, I thought you did really well. I feel like you were very pointed at you're the person. You told her exactly who she needed to be. I also love how you brought in a personal thing that you made this a very personal. So I thought it was really good all the way around.
Awesome. And Denise, what would the follow-up step be? A little cup of coffee, maybe dinner in a private room, or the jet? Denise, what do you
Okay. I would love to say go to Hawaii, but I'm a coffee drinker. So would you like to just have coffee?
You got some caffeine flowing maybe on the jet. That's what I'm hearing.
Okay.
Rachel?
Done.
Bella Verita, what we got?
Yes, I think coffee lovers, the thing here is these Nespresso machines. I think everybody needs a Nespresso machine now that's got like a little frother on the side. I've had about 482 cups of coffee since I've been here for a week. So yes.
Dr. Evka, I think Bella is a perfect frother. Like, I'm going to call you a frother from now on, Bella. Over to you.
I have frothed a lot of coffee this week. That is for sure. Let's go, Toby. Toby, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Katie?
Katie, I thought you did a fantastic job. I think I was, I don't know what I was expecting when you said Rotary. It sounded really local, and I was looking for how you're going to connect that with the Heart of Influence. But I think you made that connection. It doesn't have to be a massive transformative purpose, if you will, in order to impact lives. And I think you made that point. So I think you did a fantastic job of making it relevant to the person you were speaking with, and conveying the fact that this is something that is definitely important, that has in many ways kind of fallen out of the relevance to a lot of people. We don't realize that's still a problem. We feel like it's been solved already.
Awesome. Toby, great feedback. And the next step would be?
I think I would go for a cup of coffee. It takes a while to win me over, and before I go spending someone else's money on a massive trip, let's sit down and talk it over a little more.
I like it, Toby. And Bella, I don't think Toby's a frother. Toby, are you not a frother? Am I hearing you
I'm
correctly?
not. No, I
Yes.
like my caffeine to taste like fruits, not like burnt water.
Yes, I am. My level 5 listening is dialed in, Bella. Please.
That it is. Let's go, Dr. Brian. How about your 30 seconds of feedback for Neosha?
Oh, I thought she was very convincing. I thought she was very concise, clear. She had her she had all her ducks in a row and she knew what she was going for. I think she did a fabulous job. I was all in.
And what would the next step be, Dr. Brian?
Oh, let's get on that jet, pick everyone up and head out to Hawaii for a good week. Let's go have some fun.
Let's go see Jaws, Laird Hamilton and Gabrielle Reese's Jaws surf break. That's what I'm hearing, Dr. Brian, right?
Let's go for it.
Let's go. Bella Rita, we're going to Jaws.
We're going to Jaws. And before we go to Dr. Evka, we just had a new friend join us, Linda. Maybe this is who Dr. Evka saved her life on the plane. I don't know. But Linda just joined us, Dr. Evka. Dr. Brian, do we know who Linda is? And hello.
Linda is did you get her bio? She's a renowned college professor. She's a personal trainer. She has a lot of experience and she's a very, very strong woman.
Wow. And Linda, what's a fun fact about you? Something we might not expect to hear.
A
like
fun
maybe
fact.
You collect
okay.
tarantulas. Yeah.
Almost. I love single malt.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That is super fun. That is super fun. Do you like frothing coffee from Greece?
Actually, I do, and I have a specific recipe for such things. For I buy Nescafe from Greece because you can't get the same quality that you do here. So,
Bella Rita, who would have known? Who would have known that Linda has us? So, Linda, welcome to the party. Welcome.
Thank you. Good to see all of you.
Good to see you. And Bella Rita, please.
And let's go last but not least, Dr. Evka, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Katie?
Oh my goodness. You have such a mission in your voice. And I absolutely love that because you can tell that you are not asking for contributions for yourself. You're asking for contributions to truly make a difference in other people's lives. You've experienced some of this yourself. And you just want other people to feel better. You know where your money, where the money will go to, and it's going to go towards wonderful contributions. Okay. And in terms of where we're going to go, I'm always easy with this. We always go somewhere on an airplane. This time I'm going to medically check all of you before we go on the airplane. But we're all going to go on an airplane somewhere around the world, maybe Hawaii, and talk more.
Dr. Evka. And Dr. Evka, you know what time it is? The time that I, like Neosha and Katie, get put on the hot seat. And you and Bella usually work this out. So Bella and Dr. Evka, over to you.
Yes. This is the time to show everyone that I typically have the honor and the privilege of putting my co-host on the hot seat in a scenario that he has no idea about. But the one and only extraordinarily Dr. Evka always comes up with even better scenarios than me. So Dr. Evka, over to you.
Okay. As long as you can hear me. You can hear me. Yeah, you can hear me. Okay, great. So, yay. Okay. We were talking about like getting together for like coffee, and Bella's a really good frother, or going to Hawaii, or going on an airplane. And I've noticed that sometimes after these meetings, like my goal is for us to continue conversations going. And sometimes that doesn't happen. And so I want Sean to convince Toby Brooks and the rest of you, but we'll use Toby Brooks to, Toby, you're going to have to be your skeptic, yourself. It's hard for you to convince you to go on the airplane with somebody. You prefer coffee first. So Sean is going to convince you that not only you, but everybody here at the end of the Heart of Influence should get on a phone call with Dr. Brian and myself at a different time, and we'll continue the conversations going, because I have a feeling that we can, together, we are stronger than alone, and we should do this. Am I making sense?
Yes. Okay. So
Okay, good.
the yes I'm creating, right, is so who am I speaking with?
You're
I heard
speaking to Toby Brooks.
Toby. Yep. And the yes I'm creating with Toby is
not only is he going to meet with all of us after the show, but he's going to get everybody else on the show to also meet with us.
okay. And who am I being myself?
Just yourself.
Oh, okay. Hi, is
Oh,
Toby?
Dr. Evka, you can be me.
I'll be Dr. Evka. So
Sure.
hi, is Toby available?
Speaking.
Hey, Toby, it's Dr. Evka. We had a 3-minute conversation set up for today. Is it still a good time?
Yeah, great. Go ahead.
Okay. So first of all, I'm very grateful for you to set this time. And I'm just curious, you're super busy. I know you're very efficient, direct to the point. What prompted you to say yes to have this conversation in the first place?
Well, I was certainly intrigued by the idea, but I want to learn more. And I felt like it was an important intermediate step for us to get a chance to connect. You could share your vision and see where we go from there.
Cool. And can I ask this? So to learn more, like what's present, what's interesting for you? You know, something I always like to say is I think, you know, people either are looking for more in their life for growth or they're not. So what's the growth you're looking for and how might you see it intersecting? I mean, I have my own thoughts, but I'm not here to pitch you something and start talking at you. I just love to know a little bit more about your vision and what you might see potentially possible.
Well, I'll be honest, this wasn't really on my radar. And so I wasn't looking to get involved into something like this, but hearing your passion, it certainly sparked some interest and some intrigue, and maybe I should pay attention. So I just felt like it was important to give you an opportunity to share your vision for where this could go.
Yeah, cool. And I'm definitely not trying to get you into anything like this because I'm not sure quite what this is, because this isn't like anything that there is of this too. But your vision personally, like what's the ultimate why? You know, why you're doing what you're doing, and if you win the game of everything, like where are you looking to get to, Toby?
That's a great question. I always boil it down to my overall vision in life is to connect people with their purpose, and then hopefully empower and inspire them on that journey. And so when I find like-minded folks, I try to cultivate that relationship so that if nothing else, we can encourage and inspire one another as we're working toward whatever our respective goals are.
Cool. And in the process of inspiring people and causing more things, what's that model look like for you? You know, is that through a platform of some sort? Is it public speaking? Like, what is it? A little bit more the micro on what you're up to.
Yeah, so podcasts for sure, teaching with my students, those types of things are central. But more than that, my personal platform is strategic and purpose, relentless in pursuit, better every day. The idea that we've got to map what our goals are, and then we need to track and hold ourselves or have others hold us accountable for executing on that strategy. And then hopefully stepwise every day, I'm getting a little bit better.
Awesome. Well, it sounds great. So I have a lot of, and last question, you win the game of everything, Toby, and every dream you ever have is present, and you're blessed to know it's your last day on earth 100 years from now. What does it look like? You know, where your influence and impact has gone? Like, what's that look like?
Such a big question. We hardly know each other. So
listen, I'm not asking it like the color of your underwear, you know, just
no, right.
I'm teasing. I'm teasing. So just,
No.
seriously, like you know, if you weren't afraid to say it and you weren't afraid of judgment, but like that peace that burns in your heart, you know, what would that be?
I think ultimately what fuels me toward the future is what my legacy will be. And in particular, my legacy for those in my core, those that are closest to me. So for my son, my daughter, my wife, I want to know that I left a lasting legacy and an impact on them that they can take. And so that my existence would outlast how long I live. And so if that's within them or the broader folks that I've hopefully influence throughout my career, that's great too. But if I got just one day, it's talking with them about what kind of impact and giving them fuel for their journey.
Yeah. And a little bit early, did I hear the word blessed come out at some point? Is there a faith connectivity there? Or I did not hear that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think the beauty of knowing that that's my last day on earth is that I'm headed for a promotion, and I'm a Christian, and I'm looking for leaving that lasting legacy. And there's definitely a feeling of gratitude and of obligation to return the blessings that I've been given.
Awesome. Not to have buried, not to have squandered, but to have exponentially multiplied the talents. Am I hearing that correctly?
Yeah, absolutely. Better said than I did.
Awesome. So Toby, it's me, Dr. Evka. I have, 30 seconds or so left. Can I share a couple of quick things with you before we see where we go from here?
Please.
Yeah. So I spent my life inspired, motivated, desiring impact, and I figured out a lot of stuff. I came to this country and I cleaned floors, and I found my way to becoming a doctor. And it's something so far beyond anything I ever could have imagined. I always found there was a way. So studying in medical school, becoming a physician, I always found a model and a mapping. And then when I began to think about how I take my work and mission to the world, everything I looked at was really confusing. There's a lot of folks out there that talk a lot about inspiration, but I was looking to a duplicatable model of how to. I couldn't find the how to. And then I did. And so I've got some thoughts about how to. You clearly have thoughts about people being inspired and opening their why and their mission and accountability structures. So all that I'm simply proposing is that we all connect up, have a conversation, think about some things, talk about our outcomes, our why, our purpose, and then see if I could add some value with some how to. And each of us have things we can teach and share and model and grow. And if that would resonate with you, because the people I work with have done some really incredible things, like speaking on the biggest stages in the world, biggest corporations, building massive businesses that are duplicated and shared. And in fact, my coach, my trainer, Sean Callaghy, gave $1 million through his charity, personally, not raised, tithe, which is called the Callaghy Christian Foundation. I did that a couple of years ago, and he tithes 10% of everything every year. So maybe there's some resonance and interesting facts I could share about him as well. So if any of that would resonate with you, be happy to have a follow-up meeting or conversation. If not, sorry to have wasted your time, but grateful for the opportunity to hear your heart.
No, sounds great. All of that resonates definitely with me. And if nothing else, love the idea of aligning with other people that share a common vision.
Awesome. Well, I'll propose a couple of dates and we'll follow up on that. Sound good?
Sounds excellent.
Awesome. Okay, add a roll. Toby, how'd I do as Dr. Evka having a conversation with you about a follow-up meeting with the fine folks that are here?
That's at me?
Yeah, I'm saying, how did I do as Dr.
That was
Evka?
tremendous. You definitely got me opened up and sharing my heart. It reminds me a lot of some other things that I've encountered. Og Mandino, for one, is a big influence. And if you can get people saying yes, and if you can get people to open up, then and you definitely did that. I felt like you wanted to hear what I had to say. You weren't trying to high pressure sales me so much as you really wanted to understand me.
Yeah, I've innovated Scroll 2 to agree to stay with love of my heart for all of God's children. And I carry that with me throughout each day. I evolved Scroll 10 into I'm grateful and guided by Jesus Christ. I love Scroll 7. Today, I lovingly laugh instead of at the world, as Og Mandino says. I lovingly laugh at myself and the world. So just a few.
And I think I actually morphed those. I love Og Mandino, but I think that was a Dale Carnegie where get them saying yes.
Yes, no, all good. And listen, thank you for being here. I just want to say this to everybody. Dr. Evka, it was a beautiful scenario. It's the first time we've ever done a scenario where it was talking about having a follow-up conversation like that. So it was a beautiful innovation by Dr. Evka. But I've done everything from like sell nuclear power plant plans to sell Girl Scout cookies to, resolve a high conflict divorce situation integriously, raise money for charity. So it's always all kinds of crazy stuff. But Toby, felt your heart, and I'm really grateful for that conversation for sure. And thank you for being here today. Yeah. How was your time overall, Toby, on Dr. Evka's Heart of Influence?
It's tremendous. Really appreciated the opportunity.
Oh, thank you. Katie, really appreciate you jumping into the participant seat. Never an easy place to be. You got us kicked off. Felt your heart, your impact for sure. And Katie, how was your time today on Dr. Evka's Heart of Influence?
It was great. I really appreciated it. I liked the format with the feedback, and I made some notes and I found it valuable. Thank you.
Yeah, great job. Appreciate you for sure. Let us go, Neosha. Thank you also for jumping into the participant seat. Really felt your heart as well and your congruence. Loved your fun facts. And Neosha, how was your time today on Dr. Evka's Heart of Influence?
It was great. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Yes, I appreciate the feedback. I wish that I had said a bunch of other things, of course, because you always think after the fact, right? Exactly, Katie, you're nodding. But I have to go teach and I need my Zoom, so I have to go. But I want to thank you all so much. This has been a great experience. I've never done anything like this before, and I do a lot of podcast interviews and shows, and I think the format was awesome.
Thank you. And we got some follow-up gifts and introductions, but Neosha, go do your thing. And thank you so
feel
much.
free to email me, jokesbygod@gmail.com. So,
I love
and Dr. Evka has all of my information.
Beautiful. Well, Neosha, be well. Thank you. God bless. Belvrito got some other friends. Heart-centeredness, fully screamingly present. Bella, please.
That we most certainly do. We have not heard from our friend who's been married to her high school sweetheart for 34 years. Rachel, how was your time with us on Dr. Evka and Dr. Brian's Heart of Influence?
I agree with everyone. This has been really fun. And, I did mention that networking was what was really important to me, and meeting all of you and the great things that you all do and provide to everybody is just amazing. And I hope you all know how amazing you are. And I just thought the whole atmosphere was fun. And Sean, you are an amazing speaker, and I'm sure we could all learn so much from you. So please keep doing what you're doing. And thank you so much for inviting me to be on.
Deeply touched with gratitude, Rachel, for sure. And we love impacting heart-centered people. So thank you. And integrous people. Bella.
Let's go to our friend with 11 chiropractors in her family. I'm just wondering if you rotate them, or if you go see one, if the other gets upset, why are you going to that chiropractor? But Denise, how was your time with us on the Heart of Influence?
Oh, it's really been wonderful. I really had some questions about this because again, I haven't had this kind of experience before. And so, but I've got some great ideas, and it's really been an honor to be with so many people. And as a Christian woman, I'm just thrilled that there's some faith-based information also going on here today. So I really, really appreciate the opportunity to be here.
Thank you. Appreciate that very much, for sure. Bella.
And Linda, I know you were only here for a hot second just to tell us how great coffee is and that you are a frother, but in your short time that you were here, how was your time with us on the Heart of Influence?
I'm still trying to figure out what this whole group is about. So, and I apologize, my internet keeps blinking out. So, so I've missed a few things, but I'm still just trying to figure out everything here. I like the vibe that I see with everybody, but stay tuned. I'm still forming my opinion about what all of this is.
Yeah, we're still forming our opinion about you, so it's mutual.
Exactly.
All business is built on relationships. All relationships are created through shared experiences. So of course, for everyone, the question becomes, what is the most efficient shared experience you can create to begin the relationship with ideal folks that you'd want to work with in the world? Very simple. Our first event from Blinded had 1,300 people at it in January 2020. And then God had an interesting thought. It was called a shutdown through COVID, or maybe it was people. That's its own debate and conversation. And so we began the Heart of Influence. We're at 1,350 episodes in. So for commitment and consistency purposes, 1,350 episodes, 8,000 people been on the show. It's our beginning of how we say hello to people, and the value we provide is you get to meet other cool people, which a lot of places have to pay for, and you don't have to pay for it here. So it's our gift. We didn't give you cookies. We didn't give you champagne. We didn't give you, a toaster, but instead we gave you the introduction to other heart-centered cool people. And in fact, Dr. Evka and Dr. Brian did that. What do we have to do? We have a lot of things we're up to in the world, which we'll share in a second. But Dr. Brian, your final on your show today.
Oh, I thought we had a wonderful show. We had a great cast of people. And every time I'm on a show, the vibe is just so wonderful and everybody is just so harmonious. And I think everybody takes from it an incredible learning experience. And like you said, all business starts with experience and relationships and experiences. So when we have shared experiences and great relationships, we get to grow in business. And when we grow, we're growing in every part of our life, personal and business and professional. So I thank you for today. Bella, I thank you too for today. And Dr. Evka, we need to continue to do this and have wonderful relationship growth between us. So we have good, open mindsets.
Yes. Well,
thank you.
Dr. Brian, for sure. Dr. Evka, thank you. And Dr. Brian for causing today the heart-centeredness, the impact. I don't know anybody that volunteers more time in service of people and more selflessly than Dr. Evka. And please, your final.
Thank you. That is so kind of you, especially since I'm in Irvington, New Jersey right now. Luckily, it's okay. Having taken care of a patient at the last moment here. Sometimes getting paid in chickens and turkeys, but it matters so much. My goal is to get people who are world healthcare change makers together, because together we are stronger than alone. By connecting, we have more impact. By connecting, we can bring bigger changes to the world. I'm already doing some of that. I'm hosting an event with over 100 physicians in Northern New Jersey on October 17th. That is going to be the start of other meetings coming up with other people. And I certainly don't want to be doing that alone. I want to be out there having other people on stages discussing things alongside with me, because all of you have such beautiful hearts. You have such incredible missions. And let's keep the conversation going and just kind of see where it goes.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that, Dr. Evka. We have a couple of gifts for everybody for being here today. The first is our ebook, which is not a ChatGPT throwaway. It is a textbook on public speaking, on leadership and management, because I couldn't find it, because it's rooted in integrity. And it's rooted also in a deep science of how we can open the listening of people and cause yes when yes should happen, not just in sales, but in opening the listening of people in group dynamics of leadership, management, and public speaking as well. So that's there. Second, we have an invitation to our tomorrow morning where you can meet other cool people as we train the space of influence and fun energy. We call it our dojo, like Mr. Miyagi meets Daniel-san, and how do we cause influence in the world? And finally, we have a business acceleration session. That session will blow your mind. I stake my reputation on it. It will show holes, leakages, flaws in what is process happening. Like we talk about ourselves as the how to. All these things are gifts for you. And in final fun energy, because one time somebody said to me, who was a Christian, and I'm a Christian, said, I don't know about selling people stuff and everything. I said, well, it's not really about selling people, but can I tell you about a fun story? And they're like, sure. I said, there was this guy who every person that he was working with decided to abandon him and not communicate with him anymore. And they turned their back on him. And it was like the 12 people closest to him, and everybody else turned away. And they actually ended up killing this guy. And in the end, you could argue he had 0 followers at his death. And now there's 2.2 billion people who follow his work. So how do you go from 0 to 2.2 billion? There's a science, and there's people that cause yes in sequences and processes. And that yes can be without integrity, or it could be with integrity. This is the space of with integrity. What does that even mean? Yes, lots to talk about, but these are our gifts. Most importantly, connect with each other, gain value, talk to Dr. Evka, and do your things. And we're very grateful for you being here. I know it's super late where Bella is. So on behalf of Bella, Dr. Evika, Dr. Brian, everyone, just want to say thank you for being here today on this Trajectory Tuesday. If we never meet again, may no one love your dreams more than you. And may you never let your fear stop you from doing what is on your heart, consistent with your ethics, morals, and obligations to your higher power to create yeses in the world, to move your mission forward, to serve people. Love you and appreciate you. Thank you for everything, Dr. Brian, Dr. Evika, Bella Rita. Happy Trajectory Tuesday, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.